Hey, welcome to the Getting Started with Coilpack video. So in this video, I'm going to run through a quick install of Coilpack and with it just rendering a quick Twig template. So for starters, I have the documentation for Coilpack open and it's on the Getting Started section. And similarly over here, I have my valet directory. Anything that's added as a folder to this directory will automatically get added as a .test domain to my local machine. If you haven't used Valet for development, I'd recommend checking it out. It greatly simplifies development and allows you to control PHP and MySQL versions on a per site basis, if you will. So, anywho's, all right, getting started. We're going to scroll down here. The silver boxes, like this one right here, is a CLI command that you can execute. So we're going to go ahead and copy this one for starters. So we're going to create a Laravel project. So we're going to go over to our CLI, and I am going to change directories to where we need to be. There we go. And I'm going to paste this command. And we're going to change this to Coilpack. All right, perfect. Enter. What we'll see is that we get a Coilpack folder added here. All right. Waiting for this to finish. All right, that's done. So we're going to go back to our docs here. I'm going to scroll down, and I'm actually going to skip this here. We're going to loop back to it because it's going to give an error. It's an error that I think people could run into pretty easily if you skip this step, so that's why we're going to skip it. All right, so it says we have to cd into our project name, and then we're going to do a composer require ExpressionEngine Coilpack. So perfect, cd Coilpack. All right, I'm going to paste this one, and we're going to require Coilpack. So it's going to install Coilpack, generating, awesome, perfect. All right, so now we're going to scroll down here. So we're going to run the setup. So we're going to run PHP artisan Coilpack. Go ahead and run that, and we're going to install. So I'm just going to hit enter here. It's downloading EE7216. I'm not going to start because I already have, so we're going to keep moving. All right, perfect. So at this point, we should have Coilpack fully installed and ExpressionEngine fully installed. If I come over here and I refresh, what we'll notice is we now have the screen for installing ExpressionEngine. So I'm just going to go ahead and update this. We're going to do localhost, DB name, Coilpack. I already created that. Root, that's fine. You're going to want to fill this out with your appropriate details. We're going to go down here. We'll do time of packet tide. Okay. We'll do that, and we'll agree. Now this is where we're going to see the error. I'm going to hit install. Perfect. Okay, this is exactly what we want to see. So let's go back here. Let's scroll up. So it's not really an error. It's just not really displaying the themes correctly. So configure your Laravel project. This is the step we skipped earlier. Now that you have a Laravel project set up, it's a good time to edit the values in your .env file to reflect your setup. The app URL and DB variables are particularly important. Okay, let's take a peek at those. So we'll go over Coilpack directory. Go ahead and drag it into Sublime Text here. All right, place over. All right, so let's look at our env file. So in this case, what we have is not localhost. We want this to be Coilpack.test, and the DB is already working as it installed correctly. So we'll hit save. We'll go back over here, and we'll refresh this, and now we'll notice that it is styled accordingly. So I just wanted to show that real quick in case people do run into it. It's an easy thing to do. Very well do know that from experience as well. Go ahead and log in. Perfect. So what we're going to do once we log in here is we're going to go ahead and we'll name our site like we should. So demo, enter. We're going to create a channel real quick here. So we're going to do add new channel, and we'll just create a blog, fields. We will add a field, and we will just name it, we'll make an RTE, a rich text editor, body, and we're going to go down here, and we'll use CK editor. And I like to use medium text because I've seen entries go over the 64 kilobyte. We'll go ahead and hit save. All right, perfect. Save. All right, we have our blog. So let's just go ahead and create an entry real quick here. All right, test one, test the blog. And let's make this bold for fun. Hit save. All right, perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over templates, and we're going to create a new group. We're going to call it site. All right, and you know, I'm actually going to make this our, actually it is a reflow group, sorry. All right, so now we're going to go over here into the index, and what we can do here is we can go ahead and take a look at the settings, and what we can do is we actually say, hey, use Twig. So this is the native template engine, Twig, we can also use Blade. So let's just use Twig, We'll hit save. All right, we'll come here and let's just go over here and let's go down to templates, tags, channel entries. So in the documentation for Coilpack, what you'll notice is it has a very straightforward system of tabs where you can look at different options. So for instance, this is a native example of channel entries. This would be Twig. Let's just go ahead and grab that, drop it in here, entry for entry and entries, entry title, hit save, hit view rendered, and you'll notice we have our test one with Twig. So it's really as simple as that. We did mirror the properties pretty well between channel entries and Twig, and similarly with Blade. So let's do a quick Blade example over here. All right, Blade. Personally, I like Blade a little bit more than Twig, but it's kind of personal preference. So we'll just copy this. We'll go back here, and we're gonna comment this out. We're gonna paste this in. We're gonna go over to settings. We're gonna change this to Blade. All right, just make sure. Okay, looks good. Come back here, refresh, and we still have our test one. So we'll just add a Blade for fun. Save, refresh, Blade. So it's really as simple as that to get up and running with Twig or Blade. From there, I would strongly recommend taking a look at the different options available for the tags. Similarly, field types are all defined pretty well here. If you go to grid, for instance, you can see the docs for grid, how to work with it, that type of thing. So, thanks.